Hey everybody, welcome back to the My Bourbon Journey Whiskey Review channel. My name is Scott. If you're new to this channel looking for reviews of different whiskeys, such as bourbons, ryes, American style whiskeys, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Also make sure to hit the bell notification. That's going to simply alert you to when I'm doing new uploads, live streams, things along those lines. Also, if you're interested in contributing to the channel, you can through my Patreon page, which again I'll have linked in the description below. So today we've got a very interesting product. This is from Oak and Eden out of Louisville, Texas. This is going to be, I've got two kind of different things. So in full disclosure, this bottle was sent to me for me to do a review of. So I was sent a sample prior to the secondary aging process, and then obviously the bottle that we'll kind of get into that a little bit more, that has more of the finished product. So just a little bit of information regarding this. So again, the bottle that you see here, this is going to be the Oak and Eden Toasted Oak Bourbon and Spire. This is going to be finished with a toasted oak spiral that's essentially toasted and placed into the bottle to enhance or to essentially finish the bourbon in the bottle itself. So it's a secondary action, not being done in larger barrels. It's being done with the spiral that's actually in the bottle itself. So what we'll do is we'll go through the first sample, which again will be approximately a 2-year MGP bourbon, which is exactly what this will be, just with the toasted oak spiral in it. So just to give you a little bit more information regarding this, this is going to be bottle number 730 out of batch 10. This is a 90 proof or 45% ABV bourbon, non-age stated, but we know that they're starting out with an MGP sourced approximately 2-year bourbon. MSRP, from what I was able to find, was right around that $50 price range. Could fluctuate depending on what part of the country you're in and their distribution. So we'll start from left to right, and we'll start with first just the standard 2-year bourbon, just to kind of do a little bit of a side-by-side comparison to see what the toasted oak spiral is essentially doing to the bourbon in the bottle itself. So, all right. So as you can see, a nice kind of, goldish type of color to that. So, yeah. So right away, you're getting kind of hit with a lot of the, standard type of bourbon notes that are there. A little bit of that corn presence is there. The oaks, a little bit of citrus there as well. A little bit of nuttiness there. Some oak. The caramels, the vanilla. So, not a ton going on. And again, for it only being approximately 2 years old, still a really nice kind of standard bourbon nose, so to speak. So let's give this a try. Cheers. So yeah, right away you're getting hit with the vanillas, the caramels. Again, a lot of the same or standard bourbon notes that you would get. Vanilla, caramel, some oak is there. Again, a little bit of citrus there. Actually coats the mouth fairly well. Again, a little bit of nuttiness to it. Yeah, really, really nice. I think they're starting out with a solid product, which is going to be key. Something that's got some flavor right away. And then we'll see what the spiral does to the finishing aspect of that bourbon. But again, with this, really nice kind of just, again, standard profiles for a bourbon. Yeah, I think it's a good bourbon starting out. So, yeah, a little more of that nuttiness kind of continues to come through on that. So, So now we're going to transition into what their standard product basically is. So again, this is starting out with roughly a 2-year MGP bourbon whiskey that they're then finishing in the bottle with a toasted oak spiral. So they're placing, after they're bottling it, they're placing the spiral. Let's see if you can see that on here. So you might be able to see that kind of moving around in there. So, you know, it's they're placing each one of those in the bottle for the finishing aspect to kind of take place. I forget what they said about how long it's kind of active for before it no longer is really doing much or anything in there. I thought they said like upwards of maybe 30 days that it kind of is basically active and kind of doing what it's supposed to be doing as far as imparting the toasted oak and what comes with that finishing aspect. So, all right, so let's get into this product here and we'll kind of see what we've got. So, all right, so as you can see, maybe a tad bit darker just due to the toasted spiral that was put in there, but not much darker by any means. So I did swirl it and it's really sticking to the glass really nicely. Pretty good legs are kind of running on that. So that's always nice. And again, 90 proof or 45% ABV. So, all right, let's get into the nose here. Oh boy. So right away you get like a lot of this like kind of big honey note. Nice oak, a nice corn presence. Some marshmallow for sure. The brown sugars are really kind of coming through in this. More amplified vanilla note. And again, that orange peel or that citrus is kind of continuing to come through like it was in the original bourbon, but a little bit more kind of amplified. Yeah, the amount of kind of honey and marshmallow that's coming through is completely different than the original nose. I wasn't getting really any marshmallow or anything. I'm guessing that's probably the toasted influence on this bourbon. So, all right, let's give this a try. Cheers. So let me take another sip here and we'll kind of get into a little bit more of this. So I would say if I'm doing, which I am, the side-by-side of these two are night and day. The kind of how it's mellowed out and increased the flavor profile is kind of crazy. It's made it more like kind of creamy feeling in your mouth. Again, that honey and marshmallow that's there is very predominant. Really, really nice mouthfeel. It's changed completely with that spiral that's in there. Now, this is something I've never seen before from a commercial side of things. I know people have tried doing some of their own aging and everything, but the company doing this itself is something I've not seen before. So I give them a lot of props for being, very, kind of innovative in today's day and age of everybody doing kind of something a little bit different. But so far, really, really nice. That oak, that vanilla, that marshmallow that's there. That orange peel is kind of coming out a little bit more. Really, really nice from that standpoint. Some of the oakiness kind of coming through a little bit. Really nice, fantastic, creamy mouthfeel to it, which I really, really like. And that's important when you get that feel in your mouth. You want it to kind of feel kind of like how I'm describing, but that oak, that vanilla, that marshmallow, the creaminess is really, really nice. And I would have to say that the spiral that's been placed in that bottle has contributed significantly, or not, 100% from that standpoint. I mean, it's changed the profile of it kind of completely. You're also getting, as it sits on the palate, some more of the kind of like brown sugar type of notes to it, but there's this really nice mellowing aspect to it. It's kind of smoothed it out and just left you with these nice flavor profiles. So this would be something that'd be really nice to just sit down with. Again, 90 proof, it's not going to blow you away or anything like that, but the flavor profile of it, I think, is now knowing what that spiral has done, to the bourbon itself. So really, really nice, and I give them a lot of credit for doing something very, different and unique. But I guess I would say with this, finish-wise, it's leaving you again with that nice, creamy, medium-bodied type of feel. The finish isn't overly long, probably again in that medium type of range. But again, it's leaving you with that nice kind of corn sweetness, the marshmallow, the vanillas, the honeys. Those type of notes are definitely imparted, in this bourbon, and are kind of really coming through on the finish part of it. So really, really nice bourbon. I think they've done a really nice job with introducing something like this to the market. So with that being said, again, this is Oak and Eden out of Louisville, Texas. Again, this is going to be their toasted oak, Oak and Eden bourbon inspire bourbon whiskey. So really, really nice job. So again, I'll have all of their information linked in the description below, along with a few other things. I've got some glasses, I've got some challenge coins, some wooden challenge coins. So all of that, again, will be linked in the description below. So yeah, you can look for all of that stuff as well. So, but again, so this is something specific, I would say. Is this something that you've tried, heard about? Leave some comments, leave a thumbs up. You can follow me through Instagram, My Bourbon Journey. You can follow me on Twitter, same thing. I also have a Facebook page, My Bourbon Journey. So if you want to go over there, check that out. I do a lot of uploading over there as well. Again, if you'd like to support or contribute to the channel, you can through my Patreon page, which again, I'll have linked in the description below. So, so with that being said, and like I say, it's about the journey and not the destination. Cheers.